From west of no return, south of now and ever, east of freedom and the Mississippi. I remembered the two-flat red brick on North Lotus in Chicago. Its front yard for staying, its backyard for growing, its kitchen for my granny, and my granny for me. I remember watching her dance from South and Mississippi to North and Factory Line. I'll never forget her spin.
It very much filled me with that sense of family and identity, where you have these two who are dancers, but they're shaped into who they are by their family. And I definitely enjoyed the documentary feel I got from this, because it felt like I was learning who they are, but in a poetic kind of way. It felt very much like an artistic documentary, and I thought that was really cool.
We Dance was such a beautiful tribute to these two individuals' family and this sense of home and self and your roots, and going off to an art school to dance, and no one really understands why you dance, but they're there for you and they'll back you up along the way and pick you up when you fall and say, just keep going. And it was so touching to watch and to listen to. The narration itself was, a piece of poetry, and these images are so, they're just moving. I don't want to say homey, but it gives you that sense of home, that sense of welcoming when you know this is this person's family who they grew up around, where they used to go after school and do all that. Like, it was just really beautiful, and it was really beautiful to see that for both of these dancers, and to see how that intertwined in both of their stories as one.
I loved the narration underscoring the piece with the nostalgic movement of the music, intimate storytelling that was deeply personal, and it invited us in through the family photos that felt very special and honored to be given such a close journey through someone's story, through the rituals and the memories of past and present. Gorgeous balance of this almost diary-like poetry and the dramatic exploration of these ideas through the stunning cinematography and movement infused throughout. Beautiful piece of telling two individual stories of their upbringing, and then how their stories intertwine and form something anew.
This was pretty cool. This was a sort of a combination of I'd say poetry, at least spoken word. And it's kind of a tribute and a celebration at the same time about these two people who come together and dance, and how they give tribute to their grannies, and their mothers, and it's just sort of a rolling, almost hypnotic, just speaking of words and then talking about, like food and dance, and you see them doing some dance, and it's in three parts. It's a spin, rise, and hold, and it was very nicely crafted, I have to say. And it really felt like the people who were dancing were the ones that were also talking, and they used a lot of different quotes from various authors. Some I didn't know, some I did know. It's a really wonderful sort of depiction, lovely depiction of the African American experience.
Just a wonderful ode, and really interestingly put together. Great cinematic quality to it as well. Definitely, is telling us a story and is showing us that story. And really, it's just a beautiful marriage of words and visuals, and overall interesting, and just really great use of natural light. A lot of keen filmmaking sensibility came together to make really just an outstanding and beautiful piece.
This was so touching. It's such a cool combination of spoken word and dance. And the story, seriously, I had tears in my eyes at the end. I just thought it was really neat telling about each other, where they came from, and then their lives coming together and blending together and where they're going. And such a good tribute to like mothers and grandmothers and fathers and just your heritage. It was so neat. And I mean, words can't describe it except you have to watch it. It was just such a beautifully done piece, and all the camera work and the visuals. And I liked how they incorporated the cooking and how it came together at the end with the cooking. It's just so wonderfully done. And of course, the dance was really neat as well. I just loved this short film. Really well done to all of the filmmakers and the two leads. Really, really cool story.
First thing I have to tell you is that it made me hungry because everything looked so good. And it was moms and grandmas cooking. I mean, I was just starving by the end of it. I was like, I need a pie. I need a sweet potato pie. It was so beautifully shot. It's got this beautiful cinematic quality to the shooting of the food and the cooking and the steps that it took to make these things stunningly gorgeous. Then you have this beautiful couple who met through dance, are still dancing together. And then you've got the poetry. You've got their storytelling. They're telling the stories of their lives through that storytelling, and the poetry that they've written together is absolutely gorgeous. I'm floored by the beauty of this video. It celebrates their love. It celebrates their love of family. I wrote food plus family plus dance equals love. That's my note for this film. It personifies love in every form. Caring for someone with love, caring for someone with food, storytelling through dance, storytelling through loving your family. It's just beautiful.
It's really about the Black experience in the United States, both in Chicago and in the rural South. The dancing's lovely. The dialogue is very thoughtful, and there's an engaging soundtrack.